In school, you might have always wondered why negative times negative is positive. You must have asked these questions to many people. Why a negative multiplied by a negative gives you a positive? And the most common answer that you get is, well, it's a rule. But in mathematics, behind every rule, there is a logical reason. Let us examine or have a fresh look at what is multiplication, what are negative numbers, how multiplication between a positive and a negative number is defined, and lastly, how multiplication of a negative number with a negative number is defined. People found that many times they are adding the same or equal numbers repeated times. After all, we know multiplication is nothing but repeated addition. Now you can imagine a scenario where a father, let's call him Shanti Prasad, wants to buy 6 apples for each of his 5 children. He must add 6 5 times to know the total number of apples he needs to buy from the market. Hence, multiplication was developed as an extension of addition. Division was developed as an inverse operation to multiplication. Now, you can visualize the multiplication process in the example that I have just given in the figure shown on the screen. Now, 6 apples per child multiplied by 5 children gives us 30 apples. Now, we can see that thing in the figure displayed on the screen. Distributive rule of multiplication. Multiplication obeys the rule of distribution. That is, 6 apples per child times 5 children. That is 6 into 3 girls plus 2 boys. That is 18 apples for the girls and 12 apples for the boys. Total is 30 apples. You can see this on the screen. Negative numbers. As human civilization evolved, they started living in cities. Trade and commerce grew. Arithmetic was used to keep accounts, calculate taxes, measure areas and volumes. Algebra evolved in ancient and medieval India to deal with problems involving unknown quantities. In algebra, sometimes situations arose when early mathematicians got perplexed or hit a stone wall. For example, if we have an equation, let us say x plus 5 equals to 2. So, you get x is equals to 2 minus 5. Now, early mathematicians used to wonder how a larger quantity can be subtracted from a smaller quantity. Now, Indian mathematicians found a novel way to solve such equations by inventing what is known as negative numbers. Though earlier Indian mathematicians may have worked with negative numbers, it was Brahmagupta who first wrote about the rules for doing arithmetic with negative numbers in his book Brahmasphut Siddhant, The Opening of the Universe, in the year 628 AD. Brahmagupta gave arithmetical rules in terms of fortunes, that is positive numbers or what we call dhan, and debts, negative numbers or what we call rin. A debt subtracted from a zero is a fortune. A fortune subtracted from zero is a debt. The product or quotient of two fortunes is a fortune. The product or quotient of two debts is one fortune. The product or quotient of a debt and a fortune is a debt. The product or quotient of a fortune and a debt is a debt. Now, who was Brahmagupta? Brahmagupta had written important works on mathematics and astronomy in the 7th century AD. In particular, he wrote Brahmasphut Siddhant, meaning the opening of the universe, in the year 628 AD. This work was written in 25 chapters, and Brahmagupta tells us in the book, in the text that he wrote, that it was written at Bhilmal, which is today's city of Bhinmal, which was the capital of the Gurjar dynasty. Brahmagupta became the head of the astronomical observatory at Ujjain, which was the foremost center for mathematical studies in ancient India. Outstanding mathematicians or mathematician astronomers like Varahamihira had worked there and built up a strong school of mathematical astronomy. In addition to Brahmasphut Siddhant, Brahmagupta wrote a second work on mathematics and astronomy known as Khandak Khadyak in the year 665 AD when he was 67 years old. Now, coming back to our topic of defining or understanding negative numbers. Now, let us imagine a scenario wherein a man returns home and tells his wife that he lost 5 silver coins at the gambling den. The wife is puzzled. How can he lose 5 coins when he had only 2 coins with him? The husband clarifies that not only did he lose the 2 silver coins he had, but also the 3 silver coins that he had borrowed from a friend. So now he is in debt of 3 silver coins. That is, 2 minus 5 is minus 3. So he is in debt of 3 silver coins, or he has a rin of 3 silver coins. Indian mathematician Bhaskaracharya also used to consider negative quantities as debt or losses or rin. I would like to inform the audience that till the 17th century, many European mathematicians were not ready to accept the existence of negative numbers. Whereas in India, we have been using negative numbers since more than 2000 years. In other words, the man will have to earn 5 silver coins to pay off his debt and regain his earlier financial status. That is, we can write it in mathematical form as minus 3 plus 5 is equal to minus 3 times inside of bracket 3 plus 2. That is minus 3 plus 3 plus 2 gives us 2. Now, coming back to algebra, x plus 5 is equals to 2. Hence, x is equals to 2 minus 5, that is equal to minus 3. Additive inverse. Now, let us define additive inverse so that we can understand later on why negative times negative is positive. When a number is subtracted from itself, we get 0. That is, a minus a is equals to 0. Here, let me inform you, a is a positive integer. Hence, a minus a is equals to 0. Now, this is the same as a plus minus a equals to 0. Adding a negative of a number is the same as subtracting. Two numbers having the same value but different signs, positive and negative, are called additive inverses of each other. In short, when you add additive inverses you get a 0. In the above example, a and minus a are additive inverses of each other. Now let us understand multiplication between a positive and a negative. Many a times we are subtracting the same values repeatedly. So multiplication of a positive with a negative is nothing but repeated subtraction. Now let us consider a scenario where we do this repeated subtraction. Let us again take the help of our friend Shanti Prasad and his children. Shanti Prasad, let us say, has 50 copper coins and he gives away 3 copper coins to each of his 5 children. To know how many copper coins would remain with him after he distributes 3 copper coins to each of his 5 children, we have to subtract 3 5 times from 50. That is 50 minus 3 minus 3 minus 3 minus 3 minus 3. Of course, this will give us 35. Now we can rewrite this repeated subtraction as 50 plus into bracket 5 times minus 3. Now this should give us 35. Now to balance this equation, 5 times minus 3 has to be minus 15. Hence 50 minus 15 is 35. Now let us look at multiplication between a positive and a negative quantity in a different way. Now let us say a is a positive integer. A minus a will definitely give us 0. Let us multiply both sides of this equation by a positive integer b. So we should get b times into bracket a minus a, and that should be equal to b into 0. Now we know that b into 0 is 0. On the left hand side we have b into a minus a. Now we know that b into a gives us ab. So multiplying minus a, which is the additive inverse of a, by b should give us the additive inverse of ab, that is minus ab. Now we need this to balance the equation and obey the distributive rule of multiplication. Thus we have ab minus ab is equals to 0. This is how multiplication between a positive quantity and a negative quantity is defined, such that the multiplication obeys the distributive rule of multiplication. Now let us state the rule. Multiplication of a positive number with a negative number gives us a negative number. Now for the final part. Multiplication between a negative quantity and a negative quantity. Again, we will take the help of our dear friend Shanti Prasad and his family. He has with him a treasure of 100 gold coins, and he instructs his wife to give away 10 gold coins to each of his 5 children. So Shanti Prasad will be left with 100 minus 5 times 10, that is 50 gold coins after the distribution. After a few days, he checks his treasure and finds that he has 65 gold coins left with him. He inquires with his wife and finds that she has distributed 3 less gold coins to each of her 5 children. That is 100 minus 5 inside of bracket 10 minus 3. That is 100 minus 5 times 7. That is 100 minus 35, which is equals to 65. Now let us look at it in a different way. 100 minus 5 inside of bracket 10 minus 3. Now that should give us 65. So 100 plus minus 5 times 10 plus minus 5 times minus 3. Now that should give us 65. 100 minus 50 plus inside of bracket minus 5 times minus 3. Now of course this should give us 65. So 50 plus inside of bracket minus 5 times minus 3 should give us 65. To balance this equation, minus 5 times minus 3 has to be plus 15. Hence, we will get 50 plus 15 is equals to 65. Now, looking at multiplication between a negative quantity and a negative quantity in a different way, we have, let us say, we have a which is a positive integer. Hence, a minus a will give us 0. Now, let us multiply both the sides by minus b. Here, b is a positive integer. So, we should get minus b times inside of bracket 8 minus a should be equal to minus b times 0. Now, minus b times 0 is 0. So, we have minus b inside of bracket a minus a should be equals to 0. Now, we know that minus a into b is equals to minus ab. So, multiplying minus a, which is additive inverse of a, by minus b should give us additive inverse of minus ab, that is plus ab. Why we need this? We need it to balance the equation and obey the distributive rule of multiplication. Thus, we have minus ab plus ab equals to 0. Now, this is how multiplication between a negative number and a negative number is defined, such that the multiplication obeys the distributive rule of multiplication. Now, we can put this as a rule. Multiplication of a negative number with a negative number gives us a positive number. Thank you.